Hello, YouTubers. How you doing? Do share, do subscribe to me, the Dennis Ramsey YouTube TV. Got it? I do rock and roll songs on YouTube, paintings, outdoor videos, and more. Do share, do subscribe to me, the Dennis Ramsey YouTube TV. Give me a thumbs up on all my videos, shall you and will you? Let's talk about the olden days, back in the late 1960s and the early 70s. Halloween back then was a lot worse than what it is today in 2022. Today it's very tame. Back in the olden days, in the late 60s and 70s, I seen many people burn houses down, bridges down, and other things that weren't fastened down. Back in the olden days, Halloween was called Devil's Night, and people used to set fires to anything that would burn. That's true. Anyhows, back in the olden days, what they used to do is take the tires, soak them in gasoline, and roll them down Main Street Road. And a lot of the time, the truck drivers and car drivers would be driving through Kingston, and people would throw rocks at the cars and trucks, potatoes and tomatoes and everything else, even pumpkins. Back then, in them days, we had called the Kingston Gang. Yes, I was a member of that. Back then, we used to throw foreign objects at trucks and cars and anything on wheels that would move. Sometimes the truckers would hop out with a crowbar or a piece of pipe and chase you down the road trying to hit you. If you could run fast, you got away, and if you weren't a fast runner, you get caught and beat. I've seen different people have their legs broken and arms and other things, heads too. But that was back in the olden days. Back then, Halloween was worse than what it is today. I've seen people back in the olden days smash out phone booths. I've seen people take bats to police cars and knock out all the windows in the police car. That was back in the olden days. Now today, the Halloweens are pretty tame. Know what I mean? At worst, you might get an egg thrown at you or something like that. But back in those days, people used to take their .22 rifles out on Halloween night and shoot out the street lights. People were crazy back in them days. And they had no conscience, no morals, no scruples. This happened back in the old days down in Kingston, Greenwood, Middleton, Berwick, and a few other areas that I remember. But back in them days, I seen people burn down houses, bridges, and barns and everything. People were crazier back in the late 60s and 70s. Anyhow, I was quite lucky on Halloween. I got hit by potatoes and tomatoes and rocks, but I lived through it, so I can't complain too much. Anyhow, back in them days, us kids, we always had a pocket full of firecrackers or something on Halloween night. We used to climb on the roof of houses and throw the